Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to another video. And without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Jerry Jones hints at concern as $92 million defender continues to battle injuries. The Dallas Cowboys have invested nearly $200 million in their secondary since 2023, breaking the bank to extend Trayvon Diggs and Darren Bland, who appear to be promising pieces for the years to come. Instead, injuries have derailed the trajectory of both players. The Cowboys released Diggs ahead of the regular season finale and placed Bland on injury reserve due to continued problems with his left foot. To add insult to injury, Dallas had a handful of other faces in and out of the lineup along with consistent breakdowns that led the franchise to finish worst in the NFL in passing defense. This is the second consecutive year that a foot injury has forced Bland to miss time, much to the dismay of owner Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones expresses concern over Darren Bland's foot injuries. On Wednesday, Jones, CEO Stephen Jones, and head coach Brian Schottenheimer spoke to the media during the Cowboys' exit press conference. Jones provided further comments to a scrum of reporters after the presser concluded with Bland set to undergo another surgery next week. There is some concern over his future. I'm not a doctor, but I don't like that at all. I don't like the sound of that. You have to watch feet relative to the long-term future, Jones said, according to ESPN's Todd Archer. On the other hand, Bland is hoping the procedure will finally help him stay healthy. A full off-season to recover should have him in line to be back in action before training camp. I'm always trying to get back to feeling like I'm regular. Feel like me, Bland said earlier this week. Bland has only appeared in 17 games over the last 2 seasons. He did record a career-high 73 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 6 pass deflections, and 1 interception that he returned for a touchdown in just 12 games in 2025. In 2023, Bland was named a Pro Bowler and first-team All-Pro after leading the league in interceptions 9 and pick sixes 5. Bland inked a 4-year $94 million extension with Dallas that ties him to the franchise through the 2029 season. $50 million of the deal is guaranteed, though there is a potential out after 2026 where the Cowboys would only be hit with $13.2 million in dead money. Cowboys have another obvious firing to make after sending Matt Eberflus packing. It only took less than 48 hours for the Dallas Cowboys to fire defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus after giving up a franchise record 511 points in a frustrating 2025 season. It may not be the only firing we get this week though, as questions have arisen about the Cowboys special team group. Cowboys special teams coordinator Nick Sorensen could be the next coach after Eberflus to get the boot. Looking back at the poor display of special teams in important games late in the season, it's quite easy to make a case for the team to fire Sorensen. It only took one crucial game to show why Sorensen doesn't belong in Dallas any longer. But there were plenty more issues on why his pink slip might be next and soon. Cowboys special teams coordinator Nick Sorensen has a case to be fired. In an important Thursday night football game against the Lions that the Cowboys badly needed to keep their playoff hopes alive, the special teams group fell way short of the mark. Lions return specialists Tom Kennedy and Jacob Sailors had the game of their lives as both players went for over 100 kickoff return yards against Dallas. This led to great field positioning for the Lions the entire night, and Dallas lost the battle by a landslide. On the return team, the lightning-fast Kevin Turpin hasn't shown the same flash as before. It became a worrisome sight to see one of the more explosive return specialists lose his touch. Turpin's 2025 season consisted of breaking the Cowboys' single-season record for combined return yards with 1,869. But it didn't feel the same as before. Turpin's indecisiveness on kickoffs, in addition to multiple fair catch penalties, felt like empty calories on the field. The 511 points allowed on defense were a huge reason why Turpin was allowed to return a franchise record 69 kicks according to the Cowboys' official website. That can explain the high return yardage. Matt Owen, who specializes in stats, says the Cowboys had 32 penalties on special teams this season, the second most in the league. A whole reset is needed on defense, but this ST group needs the same thing to happen. Jerry Jones has been applauded for moving quickly to fire Matt Eberflus, especially after one report suggested it could take 10 to 12 days to decide his fate. Based on how fast Jones is operating, it may not be long before another pink slip ends up on Sorensen's desk. AFC West star named top Cowboys free agent target. It might seem weird to discuss what potential free agent targets the Dallas Cowboys might be after because they're already almost $40 million over the salary cap. But if you know anything about how owner Jerry Jones operates, that's a small hurdle to overcome. The Cowboys are going to end up with cap room one way or another. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox thinks that when they do, they'll go after Denver Broncos interior defensive lineman John Franklin Myers, who has 14.5 sacks over the last 2 seasons, as the Broncos have become one of the NFL's best defenses. Knox put Franklin Myers at number 5 on his list of the top 50 NFL free agents in the 2026 cycle. He's in the final season of the 2-year, $15 million contract he signed before the 2024 season and is predicted to receive a 3-year, $44 million free agent contract. John Franklin Myers might not be the biggest name among defenders headed to market, Knox wrote on Wednesday, January 7. However, the 29-year-old is a disruptive difference-maker who has been productive at every stop and in multiple roles. A 2018 fourth-round pick out of Stephen F. Austin, Franklin Myers has spent time at both defensive tackle and defensive end, and he's shown an ability to rush the passer from either spot. While not a true edge rusher, Franklin Myers is a capable pressure man who has thrived in the Denver Broncos defense over the past 2 seasons. Expect Franklin Myers to get a substantial raise with a new team in 2026. Franklin Myers has been an incredible value for the Broncos over the last 2 seasons as they dealt with having over $80 million in dead cap space because of the disastrous Russell Wilson contract. Someone producing 14.5 sacks is worth a whole lot more than the $15 million he was paid. Would be a good signing. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel.